Attention passionate Atlanta, Falcons fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC South and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Atlanta Falcons' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Atlanta Falcons fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with your FRINDS and Atlanta, FALCONS FANS. Let's get to the news. Now, folks, let's dive into what could be one of the most shocking and game-changing moves in recent NFL history involving the Atlanta Falcons. It's not just a rumor. It's a potential blockbuster trade that could reshape the landscape of the NFC South and, honestly, the entire NFC. And yes, I'm talking about DJ Moore. Yes, the very same DJ Moore who's been lighting up defenses in Chicago, and who, if this trade materializes, could be donning the red and black of the Falcons. It's a scenario that has fans buzzing, analysts debating, and the division already feeling the tremors of what might come. Now, to understand the magnitude of this, let's step back and look at the current roster situation for the Falcons. Right now, they're facing a bit of a dilemma at the wide receiver position. They have Drake London and Darnell Mooney under contract beyond this season, but beyond that, their depth chart is, well, let's say, not exactly bursting with proven talent. Ray McCloud is their starting slot receiver, and while he's underrated and capable, he's not a long-term solution. And the truth is, relying on just those two to carry your passing attack, especially in a high-paced, quick-pass offense that Atlanta loves to run, is a risky game. You see, the Falcons' offense, under head coach Arthur Smith, has always been built around a dynamic, versatile attack that emphasizes the run game and quick, short passes. Think of it like a basketball point guard threading the needle. And Michael Penix Jr., the quarterback, is the perfect fit for this style. But here's the rub. The receivers need to create separation, they need to be reliable, and they need to be able to make plays when it counts. That's where the problem lies. Their current core simply doesn't inspire confidence as a consistent threat downfield. And that's exactly why the idea of acquiring DJ Moore is so tantalizing. Moore isn't just a good receiver, he's a game changer. Over the past season, he racked up a staggering 104 catches, leading the conference with 382 yards and 16 touchdowns. That kind of production is rare, especially for a receiver who can stretch the field and be a reliable target in clutch moments. He's a Triple Crown winner, yes, a rare feat, being the fourth player ever to do so in the league's history and a finalist for the Biletnikoff Award. That's the kind of talent that can elevate a team from good to elite. Now let me pause here for a second. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Atlanta Falcons news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick, and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. So why would the Falcons even consider trading for DJ Moore? Well, for starters, their receiver room's depth is arguably at its worst in the league. They have promising young players like Drake London and Darnell Mooney, but beyond that, there's a lack of proven production. Nick Nash, a standout college receiver who was undrafted but signed a 3-year, $3 million deal, might be an intriguing option. He led all of college football in receiving yards last season with 382 yards and 16 touchdowns. And while he's not the most athletic and is a bit older than London, he has the look of a reliable slot or big receiver option. He's shown he can make catches, and his signing was a notable move, showing the Falcons are trying to build depth. But relying solely on Nash to step into that role immediately, especially after just one season, is a gamble. And let's not forget, the Falcons have invested heavily in their defense this offseason, bringing in players like James Pierce Jr. and Jalon Walker. But as much as the defense might improve, the offense still needs that spark, that big play threat that can take the pressure off the run game and keep defenses honest. Their offensive line is decent, but their wide receiver core needs a boost, and that boost could come from a trade for someone like DJ Moore. Moore's ability to create separation, to be a reliable target in tight spots, and to produce big plays is exactly what Atlanta needs to take that next step. Now, let's talk about the other side here, the Chicago Bears. They're a team that's been rebuilding, but with some exciting young talent like Rome Odunze, the first-round pick in 2024, and Luther Burden, their 2025 second-rounder. Odun's, despite modest numbers last season, 54 catches for 734 yards, has the physical tools and the look of a future 0-yard receiver. Burden, meanwhile, has been known for his toughness, breaking the most tackles out of any college receiver last season, and despite some concerns about his route running and effort, he's got a high ceiling. The Bears are in a position where they could keep Moore and try to develop their young core, but trading him for picks or other assets could be a strategic move to accelerate their rebuild. That's where the potential for a trade, yes, a bold, headline-grabbing trade, comes into play. The Falcons, after trading their first-round pick this year, have shown they're willing to be aggressive in the offseason. They've already made moves to bolster their defense, and they've got the cap space and draft capital to make a splash. If they believe that DJ Moore can be the missing piece, the kind of player who can turn their offense into a juggernaut, then a deal makes sense. Especially if Moore's presence can help Michael Penix Jr. unlock even more of his potential, turning him into a true star. And of course, there's the strategic element. Moore's talent is undeniable, and with his ability to stretch the field and create mismatches, he would fit perfectly into Atlanta's quick-pass, high-tempo offense. It's the kind of move that could make defenses think twice, opening up running lanes for Bijan Robinson and Tyler Allgeier, and giving London and Nash more room to operate. Plus, it could send a message to the NFC South and the rest of the league. The Falcons are serious about contending and willing to make bold moves to do so. But as always, there are questions. Would Chicago be willing to part ways with Moore? Would Atlanta be willing to give up enough assets, maybe future picks or players, to acquire him? And what about their salary cap situation? These are complex questions, and the NFL's trade deadline will be approaching before we know it. But the mere possibility of this happening has fans on the edge of their seats, imagining a Falcons offense powered by a true star receiver like Moore. In conclusion, Falcons fans, this potential move is one of those stories that could define the season. It's about making bold choices, about believing in the talent you have, and adding that extra piece that could elevate everyone else. DJ Moore's arrival in Atlanta could be the spark that ignites the offense, making them a real threat in the NFC. And if this trade happens, it might just be the beginning of a new era of Falcons football, one where they're no longer just playoff contenders, but real Super Bowl threats. And now, Atlanta Falcons fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Atlanta Falcons. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Atlanta Falcons news.